I'd worked in a play with James Woods, John Guare play, many years before. It was when I was sort of retired, but occasionally would come to do a play, and I was asked to go to Nantucket for a whole summer and do a workshop of the new John Guare play. Marco Polo sings a solo. And I had several long scenes with James Woods in that. And it was extraordinary because John Guare was constantly rewriting. It was a workshop. And we were playing to a big audience every night. But sometimes he'd hand us pages of dialogue that we'd try to learn moments before going out on stage. And he did that with me. I had this long monologue, a very explicit sexual monologue. And I went out there trying to be brave. And I said the speech, and the audience gasped. I was just, and then one night he gave James a new monologue, but nobody knew about it, and certainly not me. And we opened the play, the two of us on stage in hospital beds, facing the audience. He says something, I say something, and we go back and forth. And then suddenly James started talking about something that had nothing to do with the play or with his own life. I thought, he's out of his mind. And he kept talking and talking. What'll I do? I can't leave him on stage, if he's having a breakdown. And so I just sort of stuck it out. And then suddenly I heard a line that was familiar. And that was John Guare giving, new material.
Did you sense in James Woods that this would be the big actor he would become? Did you?
Oh, yes. He was brilliant. In the mornings before we'd even start rehearsals, he would go through this stand-up routine about something that had happened on the way to the rehearsal. And he would riff as long as the director would give him the time to do it. Just on and on and on. It was funny and brilliant and all those things that you see in his work. He played the psychotic brother of the man I'm in love with, James Garner. James has made this promise to his parents that he'll always take care of his brother. And the father dies, and now Gardner has to become the guardian of his brother and live with him. And it was a wonderful show.
It was well received.
Oh.
Many Emmy Awards.
Yes.
Including for you.
Yes.
What do you think made the movie so special?
The performances. Oh, and all the script, too. It was a brilliant script, and the parts were wonderful, and we did good work. We worked hard, and Glenn Jordan is a fine director.
And it was a story that apparently spoke to people.
Yes.
Now, as much as you're not big on awards, did you finally give yourself permission to enjoy winning one?
Well, yes and no. I wasn't there. But it was fun. I was out doing a play. I was doing a one-person play about Zelda Fitzgerald.
Did you think about going, or you just couldn't?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't leave the performance to do. I was somewhere in the Midwest, I think, and I did make the phone call they ask you to do, just in case, if you should win. For The Hustler, I called Joanne Woodward and said, "Would you be there, just in case?" And she said, "Yes, of course, darling." So I called Jimmy Woods and asked him to be my person. And so I was having dinner in my hotel room with my stage manager and his assistant, and we were watching the show. And they announced my name, and the stage manager, I was on the couch, and he flew and he landed on my body, just almost knocked me out. And the assistant, she flew on top of him, and I couldn't breathe. And then they got up, and we watched James Woods, who came to speak on my behalf. And he was very excited. He was even a little bit nervous because he misspoke something.
Do you remember what it was?
It was something about when you're working with Piper, or when you're working for Piper, da, 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 da. He meant to say with Piper, and he did correct himself.